Okay, hi, my name is Nicole Webster, and for the longest time that I can remember, I have always prayed for patience. Patience is really hard to come by, so the real question is how do you get patience? So I'm going to tell you a really short story. Me and my family are from Iowa. We moved here last summer, so haven't been here that long. We go back quite often though to visit family and friends. We go back so often that they actually are telling us not to come visit them. And the reason is because every time we go, it snows. So they always say, you bring the snow with you. And it's true because the past 3 times that we went, it has snowed. And that includes this most recent trip, which was only 2 weeks ago. I did not want to go to begin with. I hesitated because I knew it was going to snow and I didn't want to bundle up and put my coat on and freeze to death. But you just kind of suck it up and you go anyways because you get to see family and friends and then you just have a good time. So this trip was going to be a really short trip, only 2 days over the weekend. We got there Saturday night and no snow, no anything yet. Sunday, the same thing. It was sunny outside, nothing going on. We had a good time. Afternoon rolls around Sunday afternoon and I started getting email notifications on my phone saying that the flight was going to be delayed. And I'm like, well, that's weird, but whatever. So we'll just go out to dinner and just keep having fun, and we did that. 6:30 came around, we started to say our goodbyes, and we went to the airport. Get to the airport, check in, get to the gate, and I start to wait and wait and wait. They delayed the flight 3 times over technical issues. And by that time, it had started to snow. And I'm talking about like 50 miles an hour snow. It was like a blizzard. And so I had very little hopes that I was going to get home that night. And sure enough, I was right because they ended up canceling the flight. And they gave me a hotel voucher to stay overnight at a hotel close by. I didn't get to my hotel room until about 2 o'clock in the morning. Barely got any sleep. Had to wake up super early because they only had one little van that they were using as a shuttle to get people back and forth from the airport because they had all these canceled flights. So I had to make sure I was gonna get there on time. So I got to the airport on time, and again, I check in, I go through the same thing, and again, I sit and wait. And I wait, and I wait. And I'm so frustrated, like I feel like I wanna cry, like I just wanna get home. They ended up delaying the flight again, this time because there was frost on the engine. And so we didn't get on the plane for a couple of hours. By the time we got on the plane, they delayed it again for a whole hour because the bathrooms were not working. So this is another hour. And by this time, people were beginning to get very angry on this plane flight. This one guy rushed up from the back of the plane and came up to the stewardesses and started yelling at them and demanding his money back. And the pilot actually had to come out and calm this guy down and say, you know, if you don't calm down, we're gonna have to remove you from the plane. And then he even came on the loudspeaker and told everybody else too, you know, that don't take it out on the flight crew, it's not their fault, you know, everybody just needs to sit back and be patient. And that's the whole purpose of my story, is that, you know, patience can be hard to come by. It's not an easy thing. But if it's something that you want, if patience is something that you really need, then what you have to be willing to do is just kind of be willing to go through those experiences and those bad, troubled times and then learn from the past.
3 minutes and 57 seconds.
Yay! So you just press